gone over several questions like them before, then it's slightly difficult and it takes longer to read through the question and understand what it's asking you to do.
Yeah.
It's like you can take the question like 3 different ways, but only one way is what they're asking you to do.
So which is better, Tegan? Which of the maths is better, do you think? You're saying the maths is very different.
This is more like real life, but I prefer the maths in AS to core because the questions are more, this is what I want you to achieve, whereas this you've got to kind of read it and then read it a couple more times before you...
But in a way, we've trained you, haven't we,
Yeah.
to answer
if I'd
the...
done the course in this, then I'd probably prefer this. That's the thing.
So what are your thoughts about the 2 different styles?
Well, I find that the AS course is very like, you have to put a lot of work into it, whereas this is more like, obviously, reading the question, and so it's like, if you've got quite a bit of common sense, or if you've got a bit of background knowledge, you can answer these questions quite well. And also I did like IT at GCSE, so I did the Excel question quite easily, but some other people might not have, which meant that they lost quite a good 10 marks on that. So I think it all depends on the individual.
I think the biggest thing is just all the assumptions that are being taken. I don't like that. Like, it's just like, it doesn't say what to assume, so it's just, I don't know, it might just be the way that we've been taught, well, I've been taught personally, but it's just, yeah.
You
it's
feel
not,
uneasy
it's not,
about that?
yeah, it's, I think I spend more time trying to get, am I assuming this or am I not, before I actually start working out, rather than, if it said, assume that, like, a distance over the same, that would be fine, and then you just fly through that.
I think for AS it's more like these are the facts, find the answer, whereas like the paper we've done, it's more like comprehending what it's asking you to do rather than complicated maths. It's simple maths, but it's asking you to comprehend what it's asking.
You need to like work out how you're going to approach a question, whereas with A level it's really easy to see that. It's like there's only one way you can do it.
I just think that it needs to be defined like from the outset that if you do like maths A level, I don't think it should be like, oh yeah, this is one for people who've got A's and B's and that one's one for people who've got C's. I think it should be, this one's more of a core maths, like your algebra and stuff, and this one's applied maths sort of thing. Like, this is about what maths would be like in the real world. So I just think it needs to be like defined, like so people know what the differences are in like each of them, so like the benefits and drawbacks in each of them.
It's the comprehension. That's where I think that is...
Does that compensate though?
Yeah, I honestly think that compensates. If all our grades are that varied compared to that, I honestly believe that everyone's going to be like that. So it means some people are above others, so you can score it. So it should be worth an A.
So you think even if the maths is quite straightforward in terms of what you're actually processing, if the context is sophisticated enough, then there is parity between those 2 exams?
Yeah. You just couldn't say that it was the same as pure maths. I just don't think you could compare the 2.
It should be more, this is like...
Yeah, like further maths and maths.
Yeah,
difference
there is a clear difference.
Yeah.
And people know. Whereas I think if you had like maths and core maths, then people won't be able to see the difference. It's like, we know that people that study biology is a lot different to people that study applied science. Because we know, like, people, if you go to a uni at top,
even though they work the same number of
the uni will look better at you doing single biology than applied science.
So what you're saying is that as long as the people that are receiving you with your qualifications understands the distinction, is this what you were saying, Ollie? It doesn't really matter that they're worth the same number of UCAS points, even if there isn't parity in the exam.
Yeah.
There's so many other A levels. No, that makes sense. There's so many other A levels which aren't as hard, aren't as intense. Like, I can honestly say that for a couple of mine at least. But like as maths and other things, but they're still worth the same amount.
Right.
But it's just really understanding that they are different. I think if everyone knew that and that was just general knowledge, it would be completely fine.
And it's like, do top universities look better if you go to them with maths or with applied maths? Because if I...
You mean core maths?
Yeah, core maths. Because if I went to like a uni and had an A in maths and then had or had an A in core maths and an A in all my other subjects, would it be the same?
It would be dependent on what you were trying to do. If you wanted to get onto a maths course, like doing pure maths, I'd say you'd need pure maths.
Yeah.
But if you're saying something, I don't know, like some sort of business management, whatever, I don't know, with like the conversion rates, all that sort of stuff coming up,
This is
I
better.
think that probably would have been better. Like, I just think it's a different course.